What's up, Irish Nation? Steve Leslie, Anthony Romo, Larry Phillips is going to be our player profile at the Golden Dawn. Been a great night. Had the Ursuline soccer on with some great quality student athletes and the girls, and Anthony was able to get Coach Schmidt and the assistant coach on. Tuesday night at the Golden Dawn, there's nothing better for Irish fans. They are going to head to Villa Angela St. Joe's Friday night at Baldwin Wallace. If you cannot make the game, come here. Come to the Golden Dawn. Johnny will have it on. Hopefully the Guardians play a game in the afternoon. You can watch the Guardians playoff game 1, Anthony, and then watch the Irish. And myself and Richie Giuliano will be on the call of a great game, which we'll get into, Larry, with Villa St. Joe's. But proud to be joined by Senior Larry Phillips. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, senior year. Talk about it a little bit. How's your experience been for you at Urson High School?
I came in by my cousin James Phillips, and he just took me to the practices, and I was like, I like it here. And my experience here is good. Coach Reardon, I like the way he coaches. He coaches like with heart, and he never gave up on any of us on the team.
James Phillips, that's a big name.
That's a big time name.
That's a very
obviously
good player.
A cousin, right?
Yeah.
Did you know right away when you got to Urson, you were coming around it, that you wanted to come to school here?
When I first started at Valley Christian, I was actually playing football there, but James came and got me to practice at one of the practices.
And after that, it was kind of, this is where I want to be.
I liked it at Ursuline better.
So you were going to be at one of the best schools in the Valley this year, no matter what. Valley Christian, very good start to the year. Urson as well.
Yeah.
How good could this football team be?
This football team, I feel like that we can make state again. I feel like we can go all the way again.
Does the schedule, Anthony? We talk all the time, and you've talked with Coach Reardon. Your schedule is second to none. I mean, Akron St. V's, Cheney, Farrell.
Yep.
Harding.
From a player standpoint, that has to excite you guys as a senior group to play the best, to prepare you for what you want to do, get to playoffs. Talk about that a little bit.
We've been practicing since January, so it's really been good. We've been prepared since the season really ended. So
for sure.
Yeah, we've been ready. And we knew it was going to be a tough schedule. So.
Yeah, and that prepares you for what you're trying to get to. With James Phillips, player profile, senior year. It goes fast. We're already
week 8.
Week 8. Yeah. It's crazy. Talk about that a little bit. Does it go fast for you guys as players?
Oh, yeah, it does.
I'm sorry, I said James Phillips. It's Larry Phillips. I'm sorry. My apologies. A long night. I'm thinking of your cousin.
Yeah, Coach always told us, because, we've been with him all 4 years.
Sure.
He told us our senior year was going to go by snapping a finger. So, yeah, here we are. Take every time, every second of it.
So we've talked to, or I should say, this has been kind of a hot topic in a lot of the seniors we've talked to so far this year, that you guys kind of had a very close bond with not only this class, but the last class as well. And a lot of those guys, it's kind of been a common saying that they're not only playing this year for themselves, but for last year's class. When you guys lost that state title game last year the way you did, how much did that motivate you? Well, of course not right after, because you were feeling the defeat of the loss. A few weeks later when you guys came back, how much more motivated were you from last year's loss to come back this year?
When we came back, we were just fired up, I guess there's no other way to put it. We just wanted to go back there, have that same experience again,
but come out a different way.
Yeah. How fun was that experience? A loss is a loss. I get it, but how fun was that experience for you last year to play all those games and extra practices going into your senior year in the state championship? Was it exciting?
Yeah, it was. I guess the practices were fun. Going out on the field was. That stadium was actually crowded. Yeah, I like that stadium.
Clinton Massey was in full effect. The Ursuline Nation, obviously, Anthony. With Larry Phillips, player profile, senior here at the Golden Dawn. Cannot thank Johnny Naples enough for all he does every Tuesday night. It's been another great night here. Larry Phillips, you talk about your cousin James. Talk about your family a little bit for Irish Nation.
My family, I guess they just always there for me. You know, I'm the oldest out of me and my brothers and sisters.
How tough is that being the oldest?
You have a lot of
Role model. Yeah,
responsibilities.
there's a ton of responsibility.
Yeah.
God bless you for doing that. Absolutely, Anthony. We talk about that all the time. It's not just football. There's responsibilities everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure your family and your brothers and sisters looked up to you. That has to be a huge thing
Yeah.
for you.
My youngest brother Christian, he's already into football. He's only 4 years old. You know,
And I'm going to say that's because of
yeah,
guys
You?
like this, Larry Phillips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you know, he runs around the house throwing the ball up in the air. He
And that
knows
has
he
to be
takes
you
it.
playing catch with it. After a long day of school, a day of practice, have to go home play with the little brother. That's exciting. And Anthony, we talk about that all the time. Role models are huge. Obviously, Larry, you are a role model for your brother. That has to be exciting for you.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's mind blowing.
And so I got to ask this. We asked this to a lot of our guys too, and it seems like everyone kind of finds their own family in the crowd. For you, when you go out at Stanbaugh Stadium or wherever, is it kind of easy for you to find your family in the crowd?
I know I can't really find them, but when
Interesting.
I
Sit
do,
in different places.
yeah, they
Okay,
all
that's
sit in different
okay.
places. Fish game, I saw them. They were like right next to the student section, so
Okay.
I could see them there.
How's the relationship with your younger brother? Do you talk a little bit after the games, and the next morning I'm sure he's excited to get up and talk football with
Yeah.
you?
As soon as I get home from practice, he wants to play football. I'm just
That's awesome.
That is.
Yeah.
That's what Urson High School obviously is all about. Irish Nation, you're a big part of that. How do you want this senior year to go for you continuing on? I know you're a big part of this football program. No doubt Coach Reardon speaks highly of things you do on and off the field. Talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
I just
State championship obviously is
Yeah,
the goal
state.
for this senior class, no doubt.
hmm yeah, that's basically it. Just state. I mean,
1 week at a time.
yeah, 1 week at a
Good
time.
schedule prepares you. You've
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about this all the time, Anthony. How important is the schedule, Anthony, for this group?
I mean, it's real important because not only are you guys preparing yourself for the playoffs, but Division 3, Region 9, as you guys know as well as anyone, you got bumped up from D4 last year. This is one of the toughest regions in the
Chardon,
state. Right?
Canfield,
Chardon,
Cheney,
Aurora,
Villa.
Angeles, St. Joe's.
Yeah.
So looking into this week's matchup, it's kind of become a familiar opponent for you guys. 2020, you beat them in the playoffs. Last year, it was like a last-second matchup change. You guys
Yeah.
faced off against them at Stanbaugh Stadium. Just from your standpoint, and you kind of looking back at last year's game, what makes Villa Angeles St. Joe such a good ball club?
I feel like they're just real physical.
Good running backs
Yeah.
that we understand with
Last
Coach
year-
Reardon.
We have a good one here too.
Yeah, and we have a
Yeah.
pretty good running back too.
Last year they were very physical, big running back. You know,
That's
tall.
kind of the staple for this football team. You guys play
Yeah.
it's a physical game every
Yeah.
week. You talked with Coach about that. We get into physicality. Larry Phillips, player profile, senior year here at Urson High School at the Golden Dawn. Cannot thank Johnny Naples enough. They're going to invade Villa St. Joe's at Baldwin Wallace. I'm going to be on the call with Richie Giuliano. Irish Nation, if you cannot get to Baldwin Wallace, get to the Golden Dawn and watch it on TV here. Have a great dinner. Watch the Irish roll. Anthony, I think we go some rapid fire with Larry Phillips here. What do you think?
I'm all for it.
All right, you got the first one. Go ahead.
All right. So, Larry, senior season, of course, here at Ursuline. Up to this point, what has been your favorite football memory so far?
Favorite memory so far was you know, it's really like every day at practice. You know, we joke around, have fun, but we still do the things we have to do.
So
I
it's
love
family,
that answer. I
family
do. I love
atmosphere.
that answer because sometimes practice is funner than games. Is that
Yeah.
okay to say? Because you guys are there as a group with nobody else around you, just the coaches and players. I love that answer. All right, going to take a little bus ride to Baldwin Wallace.
Mhm.
You're going to have headsets on and you're going to listen to some music, I'm hoping. What's Larry Phillips listening to get ready for a big game against Villa Angeles St. Joe's?
Um, I like NBA YoungBoy.
That's
NBA.
the most
Quinn,
popular answer.
Quinn, is that the most popular one? NBA YoungBoy. Well,
Yeah.
you better make sure that you have NBA YoungBoy on. Like,
Yeah.
now, is that just one song or are we talking the whole, like?
Oh, a lot of
Okay,
songs.
well, you better make sure because it's a long bus ride.
Yeah, it
So you
is.
better make sure that have that on. Quinn, you're up. Or Anthony, you're up.
Oh, I gotta say, young boy, there's a wide variety to choose from. He releases music every week.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so Let's see. So post game, I always find this interesting because I usually get a different answer. So post game, is there something that you like to snack on more than anything else? You got to be hungry after a long day, long hard fought game. Is there something in particular that you like more than other foods?
I mean, I like the chicken.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd you have here tonight, D? Chicken?
No, tonight I had a burger.
How was the burger?
It was good.
That was a
Food
good
here is
burger.
very
So
good.
shout out Golden Dawn when they get good burger tonight, no doubt. Urson High School, you came here obviously for an education other than football.
Yeah.
Favorite class, favorite teacher you want to shout out on YSN?
Favorite class, I gotta go art.
Okay.
I like drawing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good skill to
That's a
have.
very good
Absolutely.
skill. That's a
Favorite
dream.
teacher?
Gotta be Miss Campbell.
Miss Campbell?
Miss Campbell.
Shout out Miss Campbell for art. Larry, I love that answer. We haven't gotten that answer a whole lot.
Girls soccer gave Miss Campbell.
Girls soccer gave it an answer. You love doing stuff with your hands. Is that something that you'd like college-wise to continue in like an art field? Haven't even really thought about it.
No, I haven't thought.
There's
All
a
right.
long ways to go. I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
it's a long school
Anthony
year ahead.
Romo, you're up.
Okay. When you're on the sidelines or pregame, because of course your hydration doesn't just start at the game, you got to start hydrating way before. Are you more of a water or Gatorade guy,
I
or
mean,
do you mix it?
I lean more towards water, but Gatorade has the
All right. What
taste.
color Gatorade? What's your favorite color Gatorade? Is there one?
Blue
Blue.
Blue.
all the way.
All right.
Okay.
Favorite part.
Red.
Okay. Favorite part of the Urson football experience? Is it obviously the bell and the prayer service after that? I love that as you walk back over.
You said the football experience.
Yeah. What's your favorite part? Is it
Of the
after a
whole-
big win to come home and see all the Urson? And I shouldn't say that because they're there, win or loss. That's the great part of playing for Urson. What are you going to miss when you graduate about Urson football?
Everything. It's gonna go by fast.
Sure. It's week 8. We got 3 weeks and hopefully a long run into the playoffs. That's a great answer. Larry Phillips, senior player profile here at the Golden Dawn. Cannot thank Johnny Naples enough. St. Joe's, how tough is this game going to be?
I mean, they're a very tough team. I mean, I feel like we can beat them.
Yeah, we're going to beat them. Ant, what do you think? We beat them?
I think we will.
I do too. And Larry, I know
Gotta
you
be
think we
confident.
beat him. With Larry Phillips, senior player profile, you represent Youngstown Urson so very well. Glad to have you on player profile. Wish you nothing but the best of luck. Let's go get a win and finish out the regular season. Get a win tomorrow or Friday night. Go face East and then our rivalry, Cardinal Mooney, and then get to the playoffs. I love your answers, and I continue to be a role model for your younger brother, and your family's proud of what you do. That's Larry Phillips, senior player profile. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right.